Uvalde, Texas. It's impossible to find the right words. Maybe because none seem quite right.
There's nothing you can do to take that pain away.
The impact of May 24th is felt daily in the town of 16,000. 21 innocent people killed at Robb Elementary, including Amerie Jo Garza, Lexi Rubio, Jackie Cazares, and Tess Mata. Their families saying it's a pain you don't want to know.
Some days I just want to save the world. Some days all I can do is save myself.
It's hard for me to wake up, but I get up every day and I'm there and I try to do the best that I can.
We're not just fighting for our children, our grandchildren. We are fighting for yours as well.
I want Jackie's legacy to live on. We're still trying to fight.
One way they fight is through Lives Robbed. The group formed after the mass shooting, and all 4 women are officers. Their mission is to get gun violence prevention laws passed and justice for those they lost, meeting with lawmakers from our state capital and our nation's capital.
We're trying to reach people to save lives, but that can be really hard on a bad day when you don't have your child. And on those really bad days, the only thing that gets me up is sharing Lexi's story.
We don't want nobody to be on this side of the table. It's not somewhere you want to be. It's a very dark place.
The 21 families have seen a number of walls put up in their faces over the past year. They say this is why and how they continue to fight.
We shouldn't have to be here fighting. That should have been enough. Just seeing those faces.
I hope people remember our girls and remember us. And I hope it's tied to change, and I mean change, not something small. I want a complete ban on assault weapons. I want this weapon off of the streets. I don't want anybody to have access to it, and I don't want anybody to have their child taken away.
This is why they fight. 21 faces, 21 names, 21 voices that will be heard.
There is something to do to make this change, and it's going to take all of us.
Lives Robbed and several of the 21 families are keeping a very close eye on a number of bills in the Texas legislature. So if you want to see the full list, head over to our website. Reporting in Uvalde, I'm Amanda Henderson.
I know that she wouldn't want me to stay home. Like she wouldn't want me to not do anything.
Veronica Mata is a teacher in Uvalde who lost her 10-year-old daughter Tess in the Robb Elementary mass shooting last May. 19 children and 2 teachers died.
She was always in my classroom helping me cut out stuff or, just dancing, doing TikToks in my classroom. It's getting harder because I think reality is starting to set in.
Heading into her 12th year of teaching, Veronica had a decision to make.
At the beginning, I had no intentions of going back. I didn't want to step foot in this school.
She decided to return to encourage her daughter Faith to continue her studies at Texas State University.
I think I'm doing the right thing for her in honor of her, but it's not easy at all.
A sentiment San Antonio teacher Velma Lisa Duran shares.
And the anxiety level is at a high point for the 7-8 hours that I'm there.
Velma lost her sister, Irma Garcia, in the mass shooting.
This is the American nightmare we're living, and we're allowing it to happen.
She and her siblings honor Irma and their brother-in-law, Joe Daly. He died of cardiac arrest 2 days after the shooting. His family believes from a broken heart.
They were the glue that held this family together.
They never turned anybody away from their door. Everybody was fed, well taken care of like family.
Irma taught alongside Ava Morales, known by many as the Dream Team. Both women died trying to protect their students.
And she tried to protect them at the last moment by giving her life up. So, just her love and bravery.
All 3 families now fight to honor their loved ones.
I wish I knew what the answer is to make this all go away, but I know there's places that we can definitely start for sure.
The families have made trips to our state's capital and Washington, D.C., pushing for gun reform legislation.
When it comes to gun violence, it's not red or blue. It's lives. They deserve to be fought for.
If I can protect another teacher, if I can protect another student, then I'm going to continue fighting until we get some laws changed.
There should be laws that prevent people like the one from Robb obtaining these types of weapons.
I think every classroom should have some type of bulletproof wall, door, or something, because it's not going to stop until there's change.
One of the pieces of Texas legislation the Uvalde families are keeping a very close eye on is House Bill 2744. If passed, it would raise the age someone could legally buy a semi-automatic weapon from 18 to 21. As of now, it is still waiting for a vote in its House committee. Amanda Henderson, Fox News at 9.
This is not over by any stretch of the imagination. Our son, right now at this point in time, needs us. He needs us to be here.
There's no manual for processing tragedy. As the Arona family has learned the past year, each path is different.
Without our faith and God in our lives, I don't know what we would have done.
Noah Arona is a survivor from classroom 112 at Robb Elementary. 21 people were killed in the mass shooting, including the 11-year-old's 2 teachers and several of his classmates. Noah's parents, Oscar and Jessica, tell us they struggle to grasp what he endured for 77 minutes.
My son has almost a foot-long scar on his back. Every time I think about it, it just, I feel bad. I feel bad for him. I'm sorry, just kind of, thinking about everything that he's been through. I can't, it's difficult for me to hold it, to keep it together.
In the year since the massacre, we have seen the survivors of Classroom 112 show incredible strength, courage, and determination.
Hello, Emery. Hello, Isaiah.
Noah, for instance, finished up physical therapy and played in a youth basketball league this spring. What the Aronas say you may not see is how they struggle in private.
How do we keep this going? How do we keep getting them help? How do we keep getting our son the help he's going to need? Not just now, but in a few years as he gets older and as he changes and as he starts, starts having a more thorough realization of what he actually went through. Sometimes I guess we feel like, we feel guilty.
It's why even on their most difficult days, they continue to push forward for Noah and for a safer world.
We want the best for him, and we're going to try to do everything we can for him.
One thing the family is trying to figure out is where Noah will attend school in a few years. They say the private school he's at right now is amazing, but it only goes to the 6th grade. Oscar tells me they, as of right now, have not seen enough safety progress with the Uvalde school system. Amanda Henderson, News 4 San Antonio. They were athletes, honor roll students, and artists. They had dreams to be lawyers, veterinarian, and marine biologists.
We're so sorry that she's not here.
They were also beloved children, mothers, and a father.
They were the glue that held this family together.
Most of all, they're loved by those who miss them the most.
And every morning he made sure to tell me he loved me. She gave me enough love for a lifetime.
These are the faces of the 21+1 Uvalde Angels. A year ago, a gunman killed 21 of them at Robb Elementary. 2 days later, Joe Garcia, husband of teacher Irma Garcia, died from cardiac arrest. His family believes from a broken heart.
I know we'll learn to live with this grief.
We spoke with some of the families of the victims about the 1-year mark.
To me, it doesn't feel like it's been a year. These wounds are nowhere near closed.
They were strangers a year ago. Today, they're family.
So we're just so happy to see everyone here.
Inside the doors of Methodist Children's Hospital on the northwest side, nurses and a top surgeon cheer for a patient.
Good to catch up.
They say they'll never forget.
We got the call, and I'm sure, I assume that the trauma centers were quite busy, and so of course we accepted him and took care of him right away.
Dr. Frank Robertson says that call was for help treating Noah Arona. The 11-year-old needed surgery after being shot last year in the Robb Elementary mass shooting. 21 people were killed, including Noah's 2 teachers and several of his classmates.
We were just so under so much stress and not knowing what to expect and what was going on with Noah.
Today, he and his family returned to visit the surgeon and nurses who were with them every step of the way.
I'm really thankful for all that they have done for me, and I really do appreciate, especially the surgeon.
We have so much to be grateful for them, because they, did everything for our son.
Our surgeon just brings me to tears because, he just had that confidence about him that I knew our son was in good hands.
The family passed out roses to the team and brought them lunch while wearing matching shirts in honor of the Classroom 112 survivor.
Resilience to us means Noah.
For us, this is something that we think, in a nutshell, encapsulates everything about him.
The Arona family also passed out these wristbands with Noah's name on it, and these are actually a common gift that the families have been giving to people they've met along the way on their healing journey, as well as their journey over the past year. Reporting in San Antonio, I'm Amanda Henderson. It's all hands on deck tonight, preparing for the 40th annual Love Ya Uvalde Thanksgiving dinner.
People are still willing to give their time and their heart and soul to this community.
The dinner is run by Jackie Cazares' family. Jackie is one of the 21 people killed at Robb Elementary last May.
The second year, it's just hard because I guess it hits you, the realization that, oh, it's not just a one-time thing.
Her family works to give those in and around Uvalde a warm Thanksgiving meal. For Linda Ariola, who lost her step-granddaughter, Amory Jo Garza, in the massacre, is one of the volunteers.
The reason why we do this is to, for the community.
As they give back, there's also the hope for this Thanksgiving to bring the blessing of answers.
Help me understand why a year and a half later and nothing has been done.
Hi, my name is Amanda Henderson. I'm with News 4 in Fox, San Antonio. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I was just reaching out because I had sent an email to the DA asking if there was any update just ahead of the holidays in regards to the investigation regarding the response to the Robb Elementary mass shooting.
So right now we have no comment on that.
That's the answer we got from both the Uvalde District Attorney's Office and the Texas Department of Public Safety.
Is that surprising at all to you?
That just seems to be a constant with them. That seems to be the only vocabulary that they have.
A sentiment shared by Jackie's family.
Obviously, we know what the accountability should look like.
He was the shooter with the gun, but what happened to the law enforcement that is supposed to protect and serve? I want answers. I want them.
As for when those answers could come, there's not a clear timeline. As you heard earlier when we went to the district attorney's office, they say they don't have a comment regarding the status of the investigation. We will keep pushing for answers, and we'll let you know the second we get any. Reporting in Uvalde, I'm Amanda Henderson. It's shades of familiarity at the 40th annual Love Ya Uvalde Thanksgiving meal.
People are still willing to give their time and their heart and soul.
Its consistency, Jasmine Cazares appreciates.
It really shows character of the people that do show up.
The longtime volunteer says there's also so much that's different, in some cases, leaving a larger-than-life void.
She's always on our minds. It's hard, especially on holidays, especially this time.
Leticia Hernandez is talking about her niece, Jackie Cazares.
She was only 9, but she was a big part of our lives.
Jackie is one of the 21 people killed in the Robb Elementary mass shooting a year and a half ago. The 9-year-old's family runs the annual event, and around here, Jackie is still known as the boss.
She was pretty much at the point where she was taking over the drink station. That was her station. She would remember how much coffee needed to go into the coffee maker.
She may not physically be here, but her family's making sure the Uvalde Angels are remembered by serving their town during a difficult time for them personally.
It hits you the realization that oh, it's not just a one-time thing. This is gonna happen every year for the rest of our lives. It doesn't get any easier.
The difficulty of not having their loved ones is felt especially during the holiday season.
Take lots of pictures, enjoy your loved ones, and don't ever take a day for granted because you just never know.
Linda Ariola's step-granddaughter, Amory Jo Garza, was also killed in the Uvalde massacre. She explains the difficulties of this time of year.
We still set a place for Amory. We still set a place for her, whether it be Thanksgiving, whether it be Christmas.
A tough reminder of the reality they face every day.
Trust me, this is just not one side that you want to be on because there's no coming back from it.
Reporting in Uvalde, I'm Amanda Henderson.